Hello everyone. Welcome back to Stoic Wisdom today. What if the quiet between words is louder than any shout? What if your silence speaks a language no one dares to hear? What if that silence is breaking hearts in ways you never imagined? Silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's a powerful force that can protect your peace, but also wound deeply if used without awareness and responsibility. Your silence might be hurting those you care about far more than you realize. They are not just left abandoned in the quiet, they struggle with confusion, pain, and the ache of being unheard. This silence can cause them to question their worth, their place in your life, and leave wounds that take much longer to heal than words ever could. It creates a space filled with doubt and fear, where misunderstandings grow and relationships quietly fracture without a single spoken word. In this video, we'll explore the true power and profound responsibility of silence, when to hold it, when to speak up, and how to use it without causing unintended pain. You'll learn how to balance protecting your peace with honoring the feelings of those around you, turning silence into a tool for growth, not harm. Understanding this delicate balance is not only key to your personal strength, but also essential to preserving meaningful connections in your life. So let's dive deep and uncover how silence can be both a shield and a sword, a power to wield wisely and a responsibility to bear with care. Because the way you choose to use your silence can either build bridges or burn them, shape your peace or shatter your relationships. The choice, ultimately, is yours. 1. Why silence hurts more than words. Silence is often misunderstood and underestimated. Many see silence as a sign of peace, calmness, or even strength. But silence can carry a weight far heavier than words. When you choose silence, especially in relationships or with those who care about you, it sends a message louder than any argument ever could. It's not just about the absence of words. It's about the space you leave behind, the uncertainty and doubt that fills the gaps. People expect communication, even if it's difficult or uncomfortable, because silence traps them in confusion and emotional turmoil. When someone you love suddenly withdraws into silence, it can feel like abandonment, a painful void that makes them question everything. They start wondering if they did something wrong, if they mattered at all, or if the relationship they valued is slipping away. This emotional silence creates invisible wounds, wounds that linger longer and cut deeper than harsh words ever could. Unlike harsh words that can be challenged, explained, or resolved, silence offers no answers, no closure. It leaves people stranded in a sea of doubt, forcing them to wrestle with their fears and insecurities alone. The Stoics understood the profound power of silence, but they also taught the wisdom of knowing when and how to use it. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening deeply is essential, but so is recognizing when silence becomes harmful and must be broken. Silence used recklessly can fracture trust, sever connections, and leave lasting scars. This is why silence can hurt more than words, because it leaves pain unspoken and questions unanswered, slowly eroding the foundations of relationships. Understanding this delicate balance is key to wielding silence with both power and responsibility. 2. The hidden stages they go through. When you choose silence, it sets off a ripple effect in the minds and hearts of those around you. At first, they may feel confused and hopeful, telling themselves that you just need space or time to process. They wait anxiously, looking for signs that you'll speak again, maybe an apology, an explanation, or some reassurance. But as silence stretches on, hope slowly turns to doubt. They begin to question their own worth and the strength of your relationship. Did I do something wrong? Was I not enough? Is this the end? These questions echo relentlessly in the quiet spaces you leave behind. Without answers, they start reconstructing memories, replaying past conversations, searching for clues they missed. The silence forces them into a painful reflection, sometimes revealing truths they weren't ready to face. This stage is where the emotional weight of silence becomes most profound. It's not just the absence of words, but the presence of unresolved feelings and unspoken regrets. Some may try to break the silence by reaching out, risking rejection or coldness. Others retreat further, protecting themselves from the pain by building walls around their hearts. The longer the silence lasts, the deeper the wounds grow. What you might have intended as a protective shield can become a barrier, separating you from those you care about. The Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of balance, of understanding not just our own needs, but the impact our actions have on others. Choosing silence isn't just about self-preservation. It carries a responsibility toward the emotional well-being of those around us. In this section, we see how silence can unsettle minds and hearts, stirring a storm beneath the calm surface. Recognizing these hidden stages is the first step toward using silence wisely, not as a weapon, but as a mindful practice rooted in care and respect. 3. How silence reprograms their mind. Silence is more than just an absence. It's an active force that reshapes thoughts and emotions. When you withhold words, you give the other person's mind room to wander, often into places of doubt, fear, and self-questioning. Their imagination can fill in the blanks with worst-case scenarios, turning silence into a heavy burden. They replay conversations, analyze every detail, searching for hidden meanings or reasons for your quietness. This mental replay can become a relentless loop, intensifying feelings of anxiety and pain. But silence does more than just trigger doubt. It rewires their perception of the relationship and of you. The longer the silence endures, the more their mind shifts from hope to resignation. They begin to accept that the connection they once had may be fading or lost. This slow shift isn't sudden. It's a gradual reprogramming of expectations and emotional attachments. In Stoic philosophy, understanding this process is crucial. Silence, when wielded with awareness, can help you reclaim your power and protect your peace. But if used carelessly, it can break bonds and leave scars that last far beyond the moment. It's important to recognize that every moment of silence carries weight. It teaches, it punishes, or it heals. The choice lies in how you use it. Are you using silence to create space for growth, healing, and self-respect? Or are you using it to punish, manipulate, or escape responsibility? True power comes not from silence itself, but from the wisdom to use it with intention and care. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Your silence can be a path to strength or a cause of harm. Understanding this is the key to mastering the delicate art of silence. 4. How to keep your silence powerful. The hardest part of silence isn't just starting it, it's maintaining it with intention and strength. When emotions run high, your heart may cry out for explanation, your mind may crave closure, and your ego may demand to be heard. But every time you break your silence without purpose, you risk surrendering your power back to those who caused you pain. True silence is an act of will, a deliberate choice to protect your peace and honor your dignity. It's not about avoidance or punishment, but about creating space for healing and growth. To sustain powerful silence, nurture your inner self during this quiet time. Write down your thoughts and feelings honestly. Face your pain without denial or blame. Move your body, whether through walking, stretching, or exercise, to release tension that words cannot express. Practice mindfulness or meditation to center yourself and reconnect with your true worth. Each day you choose healing over resentment, strength over despair. You quietly affirm, I choose myself. This kind of silence commands respect because it reflects inner mastery, not manipulation. Remember, silence is only powerful when it's balanced with compassion, both for yourself and those affected by your quietness. Used wisely, silence becomes a tool for transformation. Used carelessly, it can become a weapon that wounds both you and others. The challenge lies in wielding this power responsibly, honoring your needs without forsaking empathy. In mastering this balance, you turn silence into an undeniable force of resilience and grace. Let your silence be a source of strength, not a cause of pain. Choose silence that heals, for yourself and for those you care about. 5. When will they break? They don't break the moment you first choose silence. At first, they convince themselves it's temporary, a pause you need to gather your thoughts or emotions. They hold on to hope, imagining that soon you'll reach out again, that the connection isn't lost. They wait for a sign, a message, a call, any small gesture to bridge the growing distance. But silence has a way of stretching longer than expected, and with each passing day, the hope begins to fade. They break when silence becomes a constant, an unyielding barrier where communication once was. It's not a sudden shattering, but a slow unraveling, a quiet erosion of trust and certainty. They break when unanswered messages pile up and calls go ignored, when every attempt to reach you meets only emptiness. This is when doubt turns to despair, and questions turn to painful assumptions. They wonder if they ever truly mattered, if their love or efforts were enough. They break when the silence speaks louder than words ever could, when it becomes clear that your absence is a choice, not a mistake. At that point, the silence is no longer a space for healing, but a wound that festers. They break when they realize that the person they once knew has chosen to walk away without explanation or closure. That breaking is deeply personal, a quiet surrender filled with sorrow, regret, and the bitter acceptance of loss. Your silence hurts the most when it says, "I am no longer here," without needing to say a word. And that moment of breaking is often the last chance for connection before everything truly ends. 6. The final truth. Silence is a heavy responsibility. Silence carries immense power, but with that power comes an even greater responsibility. It's not just about protecting your peace or showing strength. Your silence can wound deeply, leaving those you care about lost, confused, and hurting more than you realize. The impact of your silence is often unseen but profoundly felt. It can fracture relationships, breed misunderstanding, and cause pain that lingers far longer than harsh words. Choosing silence means choosing to bear the weight of these consequences. It's a delicate balance between self-preservation and empathy. True strength lies in understanding when silence heals and when it harms. When your silence is a shield for growth, it empowers. But when it becomes a wall that isolates and wounds, it destroys. Before you choose silence, remember, it's never without cost. Those left in the silence deserve your awareness and compassion. Your silence can either protect or hurt. The choice is yours. Thank you for watching Stoic Wisdom today. If you're ready to remain silent wisely and responsibly, to protect the peace without causing invisible harm to the loved ones around you, say now, "I choose to use my silence wisely." Leave a comment below if you choose to balance strength and empathy. Subscribe to Stoic Wisdom today for more guidance on mastering life's delicate balances. And as always, stay calm, stay grounded, stay stoic.